Today I'm going to tell you guys the story of how calisthenics, and specifically muscle-ups, almost killed me. And most people will automatically jump to the conclusion that I got rhabdo. Definitely not rhabdo. Something a lot more serious, a lot more severe. So I've been training in the park, and recently I started to really focus on muscle-ups. I always do muscle-ups at least a few times a week. And inevitably muscle-ups tear up your hands. You can even see it's been a few weeks of no training and my hands are still torn up. Because when you're doing muscle-ups, you always have to slide your hands and transition, and the bar in my local park is quite rough, so it kept tearing up my hands. Now, I thought, okay, this is just part of the game. Your hands get a little bit torn up. Deal with it, suck it up, be a man. So that's what I did. I just kept doing muscle-ups with my hands torn up. I tried using gloves for a while, but it really affected my grip strength because I didn't have the right type of gloves. So I just kept doing muscle-ups with my hands being raw. My hands looked like I went like this on a cheese grater, but I just kept training and training and training. I was making excellent gains. Everything was going great. And then about a week and a half ago, all of a sudden I developed a fever. You know, these days when somebody gets a fever, we jump to conclusions right away and we think that it might be the virus. I'm sure you guys know what I mean by the virus. So that's what I thought. I thought I had the virus, or maybe I had food poisoning. So I spent a couple of days at home being very sick. My fever was quite high. I even had 40 degrees fever at home. This started to make me feel very worried. Also, the color of my urine started to turn a little bit pink and red. It looked like it was tea. So I thought, okay, it's been 3 days. I still have fever. I don't feel very well, it's time to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. As soon as the doctors saw me, they ordered a plethora of different tests, blood tests, urine tests, stool samples, ultrasound. I thought, okay, whoa, this definitely doesn't sound like just regular food poisoning or the virus. And it was not. I ended up getting bacterial septicemia, or more commonly known as sepsis, or blood poisoning. So my torn up hands managed to pick up a bacterial infection that poisoned my blood. And I had to spend 4 days in a hospital bed on an IV with doctors and nurses injecting me with all kinds of things, checking up on me every 5 minutes. I had a maximum fever of 42.2 degrees Celsius, which is quite high. Before this incident, I never even heard of this condition, and it is very, very dangerous, very severe. It's a life-threatening condition, and who knew that you could pick this up just by working out in a public park? Now, I don't know that I got the bacteria from the bar itself, but I did tear up my hands on the bar. And when you have cuts on your hands, it's almost impossible to keep it clean. Everything you do, everywhere you go, you end up touching things, right? Your hands. I went to hot springs, swimming in water with other people. I went hiking, touching different trees. I ride a motorbike. The handlebars on my motorbike are definitely not that clean. Most of the time I wear gloves, but not always. But through this repeated exposure to the elements, I managed to pick up a bacteria through the cuts in my hands. And that put me in the hospital. It's very, very serious. Not a joke. So here I am now. It's been over a week of no training. I have to continue not training while I'm going through a course of antibiotics. It takes time for the body to get stronger, so I don't want to push it. I did sustain a liver injury, but hopefully it's not permanent. Hopefully it's gonna get better over time. I'm really looking forward to getting back to training. I am completely addicted to training. I'm addicted to the pump. Makes me feel good, balances my brain chemistry. So this is definitely not the end of my training career. It's just a small setback. I'll start training again, hopefully in the next week or two, once the doctors give me the green light. A couple of things I'm going to change. I'm going to start wearing gloves, especially while doing muscle-ups. So right now I'm on a quest to find some good gloves that don't interfere with your grip, but at the same time protect your hands. So if anybody has any ideas for good gloves, leave a comment. I'd like to hear from you. A lot of people do muscle-ups with their hands bare, so I'm not trying to scare people away. I'm sure everybody has had their hands cut up, even doing barbell work. But usually with the barbell, you just cut up your calluses here. But when you do muscle-ups, it ends up cutting up your palms. And the skin is a lot more sensitive on your palms, so it's very easy to hit blood. But just something to keep in mind, if you do cut up your hands doing muscle-ups, maybe take a few days off. Make sure to disinfect the wounds. Maybe wear gloves until your hands heal. I didn't do any of these things. I completely neglected my injuries. I just kept training like nothing happened. No pain, no gain style. Very stupid in hindsight, but I really didn't know that it's possible to basically almost die from having cuts on your hands. So that's my story. It is a cautionary tale to really take care of your body. If you have any wounds anywhere, make sure to disinfect it. Make sure to clean it. Keep dirt away. Specifically your hands. Protect your hands. Keep them clean. Wash your hands all the time. You never know when a nasty bacteria enters your body and tries to shut down your organs and kill you. Well, that's my story. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back to training soon. I've probably lost some gains. My muscles definitely got smaller from spending days in a hospital bed, but that's totally okay. I'm still here, and I'm going to get bigger and stronger than ever. Thank you for tuning in, and peace out.